Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard the Patton III, the M48A1 Patton III. It is a 7.7 battle rating Tier 5 American medium tank, and I'm driving it today in realistic battle on the fields of Normandy, and this is a first impression. Yeah, and that's a lie. Now, I played this tank for numerous battles, and I gained a little bit of experience in RB with the T92 grind or spading process, which is now over. And yeah, generally, I give you my overall first impressions of this tank, and it's actually not too bad. And yeah, that's a big fucking lie. I will talk about this in a moment. Overall, I think I will like this tank, but it has severe restrictions. This is my first battle with the heat shell I got, and after suffering through the M47 Patton II, to which this tank is, pretty similar, I thought to myself, nah, I'm having none of this. I saw the stock shell, which was an APCR shell that just reminded me too much of the 88's APCR shell. Same penetration values, and also, yeah, quite the same caliber. As this tank is equipped with an M41 90mm cannon with 60 rounds maximum. So, yeah, the first shell that you get stock is the APCR shell, and as I said, it's not good in my opinion. I have no idea what that was. Okay, then the first shell you can research is the trusty M82 shot, which is an APHE shell with 170 millimeters of penetration at 90 degrees at 10 meters. And that shell helped me so much compared to the APCR. When you had side shots, this shell did the job, as I'm used to, APHE shells in general. Now, this tank overall has good impressions, as I knew what to expect if I not sacrifice a little bit of golden birds to the mighty Gaechilla. And this is a pattern you see throughout the entirety of the US medium line at rank 5, with the exception of the M60. But even this tank needs a bit of golden love, so to speak, as, its stock mobility is not so impressive. Unlike this tank, compared to the T92, it's not faster. With a maximum speed of 45 kilometers an hour, it is okay-ish, so to say. I think that's around about the same or just above the top speed of a King Tiger. And your stock horsepower to ton ratio is 16 horsepower per ton. And after gaining all the upgrades, which I don't have, this is the stock rev performance, you have 18 horsepower per tons. But it seems like it isn't like, it doesn't have the same ground resistances as the T92, which is horrible. This tank seems to perform, decent. That's the best. That's the best thing I can say about this tank. And also, I think now it's time to speak about the firepower. Now, the turret rotation speed is not too impressive. Stock, it's 18.2 degrees per second. The gun depression is not too bad either, with 9 degrees. And then we come to the magic aspect, and that's the reload rate. And those are stats to be behold. Now, with an expert crew, you just have 5.9 seconds reload rate. That's impressive. And with an ace crew, or aka gold crew, you have 5.6 seconds. That's also very good. Compared to the Patton II, the M47, you have a expert reload of just under 10 seconds and 9.1 for an ace crew. That's 40% faster reload speed. That's amazing. Okay, and you really feel it. You can disable a tank with one shot, for example, a King Tiger into the turret, you know, disabling or killing the gunner and maybe the commander, and then setting in a second shot, maybe a tracking shot or whatever, and then you can reload your third shell when he's just about to get back his gunner. And then you can take him out as well again and probably kill the tank. So that's an amazing rate of fire. Yeah, so overall there is nothing too wrong with it. And that's again a lie. Because if you don't have the first upgraded shell, you basically can't kill anything with the APCR. The APCR performance in this game is just horrible. It bounces off the, you know, practically everything you fire at. Maybe some German tanks when you hit some flat sides or flat frontal areas. But you don't want to get into a frontal engagement with a German tank, as we will see later, because when they shoot at you, it will hurt. The biggest enemy of this tank, however, is AAA. And that is due to the strange the strange turret ring. The turret ring on this tank is just about 70 millimeters thick, and it's surprisingly large in battle. That means you can be easily killed from the front, especially in close range engagements, by all other nations' AAA or top tier AAA. Okay, for the Germans it's the Kugelblitz, but they can penetrate or have potentially they have the potential to penetrate your turret ring, and the survivability of this tank is not good, as it just has 4 crew members, of which 3 are located in the turret: the commander, the gunner, and the loader. Also, this tank is filled with ammunition. It's literally everywhere. In the turret, just under the turret, on the sides, in the front, everywhere. I mean, good, 60 shells, you have to store them somewhere. But still, it is, yeah. But overall, I think it can be played as a light tank, so to speak, and often also must be played as such. And when we compare it with the T92, which has a reload rate which is just like half a second shorter than the Patton III, we can see that, you know, for example, with the heat shell, or if you insist of using it, the APCR shell, you can put in multiple shells into the enemy, and with the exception of the T82 shell, it's not the single shell that kills, or the M82 shell that kills the tank. Now, here you can see the interesting choice. I use heat against the 2 AAA tanks that I see here, and yeah, I think the heat shell is what really makes this a game changer, as you can now attack effectively everything, like with the Patton II. But unlike the Patton II, you know, you have such a good rate of fire. And there I then changed to the APHE shell, and of course, because the aiming changed and I'm a pleb, I missed. But the next shell doesn't. So, and then I wanted to shoot at the other AAA, but then a Yak Tiger appeared. Yeah, so that's the end of, you know, this first impressions. Overall, I think after the initial horrible grind, this is a tank that I will like. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you want to see more, and like the video if you did. Let me know if you want to see more of those kind of first impression videos, and see you next time on the battlefield.